I Am Weasel was a brilliant cartoon. It was just as entertaining to adults as it was to children. It was zany, it was clever, and it never took itself too seriously. The title character, Weasel, was amusingly intelligent and competent at everything. In contrast, the other main character, IR Baboon, was dumb and incompetent and always jealous of Weasel.
I'm supposed to be in this show! Oh, but I'm in this show right now.
One of the key factors to this show was how much variety it showcased. It could take place in prehistoric times, medieval times, or any time period. It could take place in Egypt, in France, in outer space, or any location. The occupation of the characters had varied from hairdresser to sailor to dentist. Even the roles and relationships varied, as in certain episodes Weasel and Baboon are best friends, while in other episodes they don't really like each other. The jokes often came from how crazy the scenario at the moment was, like changing the sleeping people's dreams for the better, or discovering an island populated by gingerbread men. But which episodes were the funniest and the most inventive? This is the top 10 I Am Weasel episodes.
I am Weasel! I am Weasel! I am Weasel!
Number 10. IR Ghost. Weasel and Baboon are ghosts, and their mission is to scare the red guy. This is a prime example when the concept of the episode is so good it carries the short. Heck, it can actually carry its own show or movies. Of course, everything Weasel and Baboon try backfires and they get more scared than their victim.
Are you scared?
Aren't you ashamed? You're a ghost! You're supposed to scare her.
We get some usual ghost tropes and a great variation of Weasel's catchphrase.
Now it's up to me, for I was Weasel!
It's also funny how the red guy is full of ego as an underappreciated actress. And when our heroes fail at their job, as a twist they get their lives back. How cool is that? In this world you can actually come back from death. Number 9. IR's Phantom Foot. This is a relatively early episode where Baboon is more like an enemy to Weasel. The whole episode is a joke around phantom pain, where the particular appendages actually exist but they can be seen by the naked eye. The red guy tries a great scam on Baboon and also does his best to turn him against Weasel. In other words, he's really like Satan here.
We're going to sue the pants off of that weasel!
When Weasel is not dating attractive cartoon executives, he's also very good at foiling the red guy. Number 8. Who Rubbed Out Cow and Chicken? The show had 3 crossovers with Cow and Chicken during its run, and I feel this turned out to be the best of the trio. In this one, all the main characters from Cow and Chicken are present. It pays great homage to Roger Rabbit as a zany mystery show.
The old knock out the monkey trick, eh? You must be getting closer to the bad guy.
We learn that a cartoon character can literally be rubbed out from existence, which leads to some clever jokes.
Yes, they're only inked outlines of their former selves.
I'm hideous!
We also learn what Cow and Chicken's parents really look like. Number 7. Take IR out to the ball game. Weasel wants to watch the baseball game of the century, but IR's antics always prevent him from that. While the episode is built around this single joke, it delivers it masterfully. You really feel sorry for Weasel during this episode, and the writers came up with creative ways for Baboon to ruin Weasel's life. How was their relationship here again?
I promised you I'd take you, so here we are. And as my guest, it is my responsibility to look after you, so behave yourself.
The only time Weasel managed to watch the field was when all the players were chasing Baboon. In addition, the red guy makes a great sports announcer. Number 6. I Am Viking. Weasel and Baboon are robbing innocent people as Vikings. Baboon shows some jealousy in the beginning, but that's tossed aside when it's time to suffer amazing injuries from a sea serpent. Meanwhile, the red guy is so crazy he desperately wants to be robbed by Vikings. But Weasel only robs people who resist him, so he must prepare red against himself.
Oh, can I be teacher's pet?
This wacky setup leads to more funny slapstick with
The king and queen of No Pants Land!
We also get a great cameo from the Huns. Number 5. Enemy Camp. Weasel and Baboon are best friends, but they attend enemy camp, where all people have to become enemies. Unlike other episodes, the friendship is pretty hard to break this time, so campy camp leader Red Guy is really having a hard time. But this doesn't stop him from cross-dressing twice. So Weasel and Baboon are throwing pies at each other for the rest of their lives, which makes sense since Weasels and Baboons are natural enemies. Number 4. Baboon Man and Boy Weasel. A great superhero parody, Baboon is the wealthy Bruce Wayne playboy who even has his butler eat for him. While the butler character is not that important, there's also Weasel who serves as Baboon's competent sidekick in crime fighting, actually doing all the work.
Yes, I know their praise of him is ludicrous, but as a faithful sidekick, I will let the superhero get all the glory.
It's important for people to have an image of a great hero in their lives, and Baboon doesn't disappoint at that matter. When the bat signal is in the sky, he jumps to action.
Full salam!
And he defeats the man who was stealing everybody's pants.
Oh, it's not me! Look! I'll tear off my mask! Ah! My face! I've torn off my face!
Number 3. The Sackless Games. It's time for the Olympics, but we aren't really excited about who's gonna win, we're excited about what crazy sport numbers Red Guy can think of.
I was just borrowing it!
For example, shoe horse tossing is updated to horse tossing, and ice skating is combined with arrow shooting. Or whatever, as long as it leads to some slapstick. In the running competition, Baboon stops right before the finish line in Dick Dastardly style. He still manages to win, as Weasel often breaks the seemingly non-existent rules.
You know, I tried to warn them that the luge is the most dangerous event in sports, but they would not listen.
Number 2. I Am Cliched. This one is a collection of silly cartoon tropes. Weasel and Baboon are actors with Red Guy as their director. Of course, he doesn't have any original ideas, so he throws every cliché at them. Falling anvils, wild takes, painted tunnels.
Only thing missing, a kitchen sink.
Thanks, IR.
As it turns out, he also steals ideas when it comes to soap operas. The episode also makes fun of the 90s kidification trend.
You crossed out Bugs Bunny, then Buster, then scribbled in Weasel.
This is a nice in-joke, as Baboon's and Red's voice actor also voiced Buster Bunny. Number 1. Fairy Godfather 3. Before Shrek came, we already had a fairy tale made for adults. This Cinderella parody has Cinder Weasel living with evil stepbrother Baboon.
Cinder Weasel, you are handsome like the measles, and the spice are gonna help.
The scene where Baboon throws in a cat to destroy the singing mice's dress is a hilarious stab at Disney, even if it made poor Weasel cry. It's always funny to see the Red Guy as a fairy, especially when he makes Godfather jokes.
Hello, it's me, your fairy godfather. Oh, I am gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
The episode does a great job at turning the source material topsy-turvy. The ending is another nice stab at Disney.
Alright, let's get married. What'd you say your name was? Alright, as my husband, I want you to shut your pie hole.
All in all, the show was always great. Weasel was a brilliant character, he was smart, and the kids could look up to him. He clearly is the reason we were watching the show.
It was Baboon all along and not me that everyone was watching. I am not a legend. I am a tool. Well, I guess it's dummies 1, smart guys 0.